Ever wonder what the hip-hop legend, also known as the Certified Lover Boy, does on his days off? Well, we've got you covered by giving you the insight on the one and only Drake's lifestyle when he's away from the mic. Be sure to like and follow, and don't forget to comment below what you think. Drake's unquestionably one of the hottest rappers in today's generation of music, but when he's not killing it on the beats, he's killing it with the ladies. Drake has no shame when it comes to not being able to pick one beautiful woman, as he shows his true desires by marrying over 20 women at the same time. You think there's enough Drake to go around? When Drake isn't busy with the ladies, he's busy making his cars fly. Well, another way the Sixth God decides to spend his days off is by letting loose on the basketball court. Not only does the hip-hop legend have his own custom basketball gym in his house, he also isn't afraid to show off his skills at other gyms. Basketball's truly special to Drake, but not more than his only son, Adonis Graham. But you might wonder, how does Drake get around? Well, when he isn't flexing with his supercars, Drake's riding first class in his very own private plane called Air Drake. This has a giant owl blasted on the side to show off the clothing brand Drake created himself. As a majority of us know the name OVO, here's some of his merch. Comment if you'd wear it. Drake created OVO inspired by the month he was born in. OVO stands for October's very own. Where we can see an owl is the logo of the brand. OVO isn't only a brand, it's also a record label owned by Drake and is responsible for helping artists produce music. Well, when he's not running multiple million-dollar businesses, we could see Drizzy joining famous actor Will Ferrell for a comedy scene. When Drake isn't making sure his handshakes are on point, he's no stranger to giving back to the community. Did you know his music video for the Song of the Year in 2019, God's Plan, was 100% real? We could see Drake creating a music video by only using footage from some of the good deeds he does to help people out financially. If Drake isn't paying for every customer in the grocery store in Miami, he's walking around the beaches passing out thousands of dollars to anyone who's at the beach. Don't you wish you were at the beach at that time? After a short 5-minute video, we could see Drake changing a countless amount of people's lives. All the good deeds for the video cost Drake at least $1 million of his own money. What better way to spend that much money than helping those in need? Well, when Drake isn't changing people's lives, he's spending countless time with his son. As Drake strives to teach his son all the lessons Drake wishes he was taught while growing up, we could see his son trying to teach Drake French, as the 5-year-old can speak English and French.
Très grand. Tu vas mourir.
Drake's son, Adonis, also has a love for basketball, which he most likely got from his dad. As the two share the love for the game, we could see the two watching and enjoying LeBron James highlights. When they aren't watching NBA highlights, father and son take their passion to the basketball court. Drake's quick to share his basketball secrets with his son, and you probably didn't know Drake's actually a very skilled basketball player himself. I mean, come on, the rapper of the decade's one of the best indoor basketball courts in his own house. But what better way to practice than from the comfort of your home? Drake enjoys spending a lot of time in his basketball gym on his days off, but Drake isn't down there alone for too long. Well, he's mostly joined by his son Adonis. If the two aren't killing it on the court together, Drake doesn't hesitate to show off the gym that cost him millions. I guess it makes sense why Drake has all the skills he does. With a court like that, you want to make sure you don't lose. Drake doesn't only hoop in his own gym, he also hoops at other gyms where he shows everyone what he's made of. As I'm sure you've seen how passionate Drake gets for the Toronto Raptors. If you haven't, here you go. As you can see, sometimes his passion gets the best of him. Actually, more like every time. But it could be because Drake's a global ambassador for the Toronto Raptors. Drake loves the Toronto Raptors so much, he even helps commentate some of their live NBA games. I guess when you're Drake, you do what you want. Who else can say they help commentate NBA games? Drake even ends up making a legendary photo even more legendary. In the NBA All-Star Game, we see a time two legends faced off, Kobe Bryant versus LeBron James. This once-in-a-lifetime photo will go down in history for having 3 legends in one picture unexpectedly. When Drake's heart isn't tied up in basketball and music, he lets it be known how much he likes to gamble. Imagine winning $18 million by guessing on a number and having your ball land on that number. Well, Drake did it. We could see the excitement from the hip-hop legend as he wins a game of roulette that he wasn't even in person for. Talk about easy money. Drake doesn't only gamble online. With all that extra money, imagine how his car collection looks. Well, for one of Drake's favorite eye-catching cars, we could see him pull up in a one-of-a-kind yellow LaFerrari, costing the Sixth God over $4 million. Drake's one of the lucky 500 people to own this car, but what if we told you that only Drake's car could fly? Well, in fact, Drake did make his yellow supercar fly. At Drake's tour, he pulled off a stunt of a lifetime. Drake managed to create an exact make and model of his yellow LaFerrari, except this one would be floating over the heads of thousands of Drake fans. But don't worry, the replica was pretty much a large balloon controlled by 200 drones. Another one of Drizzy's favorite cars is his custom Rolls-Royce Ghost. which he replaced their logo with his very own owl that's dripping in diamonds. Drake's strict on no new friends, as we could see two legends in one car as they're cruising in his Rolls-Royce Ghost. It makes sense why this is one of Drake's favorite cars. Riding around in supercars is one of Drake's favorite things to do on his days off, but Drake makes sure he's always dripping in diamonds no matter where he goes. One of Drake's prized possessions is his handmade diamond chain that took over a year to make and cost him over $13 million, which is pocket change to one of the hottest rappers in the game. And of course, Drake couldn't stop at the iced out chain. He for sure needed matching earrings to top off the drip. But did you know there's a deeper meaning behind his one-of-a-kind chain? Each diamond represents a time Drake wanted to propose to a woman, but quickly came back to his senses. And what better way to keep track of time than by having a watch collection that comes close to $1 billion? And this isn't even 25% of Drake's collection. When Drake isn't flexing his jewelry, we could see him falling back into the comedy scene. Have you ever heard of fake Drake? Well, sometimes Drake enjoys going undercover in a disguise, where his goal is to roam the streets and interview people and ask their opinion on the hip-hop legend Drake. As Drake's day off is ending, he decides to relax on the beach with well-known rapper named Lil Yachty, also known as Lil Boat. As the two enjoy their days off together, Drake decides to share some of his confessions. Well, now that you saw a typical day off for the certified lover boy, imagine what the closest thing we have to a superhero does on his days off. Check out our next video on Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson. Thank you for watching, and don't forget to like and comment for more.